Well, Dr. Kafil Khan, who has been making news since the BRD Medical College tragedy in 2017, in which he tried to save many children by arranging an oxygen cylinder, in fact, many oxygen cylinders, and thus highlighting the plight of the government hospital in UP. He became an overnight hero, but soon also became a thorn in the eyes of the UP government. He has been arrested multiple times since then. His first arrest was back in 2017. He was later arrested for a different case in 2019. He was released just about 7 days back and is joining us on the broadcast. Thank you very much, Dr. Khan, for taking time out. You were in jail for approximately 7.5 months, if that's the right time I'm calculating. Uh, Tell us what happened
Yes, yes,
inside.
yeah.
You were arrested in December. You were repeatedly denied bail. What was your entire experience like?
Oh, this time the jail experience was bad, I would say, because it was more of physical torture than mental harassment. Last time when the jail for BRD Oxygen tragedy, nobody touched me physically. But this time when the STF, the Special Task Force, picked me up from Mumbai airport and kept me for 72 hours with themselves, and while transit from Mumbai to Mathura, they kept me in an isolated place, in a different place. I don't even know, and I don't even remember where they kept me. But they beaten me badly, and then they abused me and asked me some very weird question like, "Have you invented some powder that will kill millions of Indian?" I would say I would like I was like, I am a doctor. I'm a child specialist. I don't have a lab. How I'll invent a powder? And then they was like, you have gone to abroad to destabilize the government. I would like, see, one individual can't destabilize the government. And then the thing is, my passport is with the judicial in a judicial custody because of since the BRD Oxygen tragedy. So how would I leave the country without informing the court? So these type of weird question, and 3 days they didn't let me sleep and didn't let me, have any food. So, and even in jail, the initial days were horrible when they put me in a solitary confinement and didn't give me like for 3 4 days. They gave me only two chapati and some water. So I used to scream for food. I still remember that sometime I become, I feel like I become a. I'm sorry, there was some call, was interruption was there. Um, I became, myself a mental patient. I used to scream. I used to see food, hallucinate. So much hunger was there that I used to chew my clothes to satisfy myself. So it was horrible this time. And it was not only for me, the whole family has to gone through a very bad phase in 7.5 months. When the whole India, and they were saying that doctors were saying, ICMR, they're advising that more than 60-year-old should not go out from the home. And my 65-year-old mother has to, she has to run to the Aligarh lower court and then to the Allahabad and then to Allahabad High Court and then Supreme Court Delhi. She went twice, to sign all the documents and everything. So it was horrible. But this time, my wife, she came out strong and she spoken about how ill I got treated in the jail, and she has written so many letters and she's spoken to media people. So I think she came out strong, but with the children's, it was very difficult because when I came out of the jail, my son still doesn't recognize me because when they put me in jail, he was just 8 months old, 8 9 months old, and he was in my arm. But now he can run, he can say everything, and he can talk. That's the most painful thing anybody can have in my life, and a pediatrician can have. When we were studying as a pediatrics during my college time, and my teacher used to say, "You will learn milestone when you will become a father." Well, like when your child is start walking, when your child start talking, when your child started climbing. And both time, when my first daughter, she was just 11 month old, I put behind the bar for 9 minutes. And when I came out, she was started running and talking. And this time, when my son was 8 month old, um, I was put behind the bar.
Dr. Khan, take us back to when it happened. It was December of 2019. Were you aware that such a big, decision to move UPSTF to Mumbai, to pick you up from Mumbai, were you aware कि ये सब होने वाला है, ऐसा सब होगा? क्या आपको इस बात का कुछ अंदाजा था पहले से जब ये होने वाला था?
No, not at all, not at all. See, when I came out of the jail, I started, when I got the clean chit to the Allahabad High Court and the internal inquiry of the BRD oxygen tragedy. If you remember, September, October 2019, there was a inquiry report came out, which was actually should be have been submitted in April 2019, but because of the Lok Sabha election, they didn't disclosed it. But in that report, I got a clean sheet. Even in this, the principal secretary has said that I arranged 500 cylinders. I tried to save all those innocent kids. In the meantime, I was doing all the medical camps, and I tried the Help for All campaign, and I went all over India. And then this CA and RC thing came out, and we started doing, talking about this and protesting against this draconian law, which was, really. A draconian law, and not for the what our constitution say, the right to equality, right to freedom to speech, and right to for justice, liberty. I have spoken in more than 300 meetings, rallies, and not even one state from Andhra Pradesh to Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Paschim Bengal, Delhi, Mumbai, everywhere I went. Not even one state has registered one FIR. But one meeting I did in UP, Uttar Pradesh, and that's an Aligarh Muslim University. On 12th of December 2019, they registered a FIR on 13th of December, but they didn't pick me for 45 days, and they didn't inform me that there was a FIR we have registered in Aligarh. I went all over India. मैं तो हर जगह जाता हूँ, तो अपने Facebook page पे या फिर Twitter पे I would write it कि where I am going and what I am doing. अगर पुलिस को गिरफ्तार करना था तो they could have just written me कि आ जाओ and surrender कर दो, but they didn't inform me for those 45 days, and suddenly they sent me STF, Special Task Force. If they would have just called me to surrender or tell me to interrogate, I would have come to Aligarh. I'm not running away anywhere. But sending STF and then physically torturing me and asking all those weird questions was, I was taken aback, it was really a surprising thing. And then, when I got a bail from the lower court of the Aligarh on 10th of February 2020, 10 days after my incarceration, first leg, they didn't release me for 3 days. I mean, the court order again on 13th of February 2020 to release me immediately. They slapped NSA on 14th next day. So, and National Security Act is one draconian law again, since 1980, and it is made for those people who are an organization who are anti-national or they work against the nation. But I didn't do anything that kind of, they should slap me for NSA. When they slapped me for NSA, I was like, couldn't believe. And my whole family has to gone through a phase where people stop talking to them. No lawyer will take the case. No people will, help you financially. And we became untouchable in our hometown itself, Gorakhpur. Nobody used to, in my family, my two brothers are doing business, and the people start doing business with them. So it was a horrible phase. And finally, I'm really thankful to Advocate Irfan Ghazi in Aligarh, Advocate Dilip Gupta in Allahabad High Court, Manoj Pandey, Manoj Singh, and Irfan, and Indra Jaising Mang in Supreme Court, Fuzala UP sir. So these people came out at the last, and I got so much big relief, I know.
Yes, you were booked under NSA, and you say it's a very draconian law. You talk about the sort of physical torture that you had to go through. आप कह रहे हैं कि जब last time आप arrest हुए थे 2017 में mental torture था, पर 2019 में physical torture भी था. क्या आपको ये बोला गया कि आप माफी मांग लेंगे तो आपको छोड़ दिया जाएगा? कहीं इस तरीके का आपको अंदाजा मिल रहा था?
Yes, yes, yes. It's not andaza. They clearly, those staff officers has clearly told me that um, don't talk about those BRD 70 kids and BRD Oxen tragedy, and don't talk about government policies, and you will be a free man, you know. And then I said I would continue asking question, raising question, and then in the jail also, the jailer, the jailer is a one authority that he should not interfere because I am in judicial custody. Jailer used to come and tell me that and warn me that stop talking about BRD oxide and stop acting like an activist and talking about each and every issue of you are a doctor, you should be a doctor, and if you stop talking, that maybe you will be get out from this prison. So it was a clear warning that I should not talk about that tragedy or why. Actually, the thing is that when I came out of, I think I feel when I came out of the jail and when I got the clean sheet, I started speaking in each and everywhere where I go. If Dr. Kafil is not a murderer, High Court is saying Dr. Kafil is not a murderer, internal inquiry is saying Dr. Kafil is not a murderer. Who are the real culprits? And that's question I think that haunts the authorities.
So it wasn't really about your speech. Speech से कम लेना देना था जो आपने अलीगढ़
no.
उससे कोई मतलब नहीं था. It was just got to do with your activism. And essentially the fact that you were questioning the government on BRD, and the death of the kids.
One thing is that questioning about the BRD. The second is that exposing the corruption in the health and talking about the broken health system because we started a health for all campaign and और हमने बात करनी शुरू की जिसमें बच्चों की मौत हो रही है. तो it was a huge figure and since 1999 we are spending only less than 1% of GDP on health infrastructure. 72% of our population are not getting health facility. मुझे लगता है कि और जो बार ये इंक्वायरी कमी बना रहे थे और उसकी भी क्लीन चिट मिल जा रही थी. आई थिंक दैट हैज अर्क्ड देम. तो स्पीच की बात करूं तो मैंने कहा मैं 300 स्पीच किया, 300 और इंडिया में दिया और बात तो मैं एंटी सीए एंटी एनआरसी पे ही कर रहा था. अगर ऐसा कुछ हो खराब तो कोई बहुत सी गवर्नमेंट होती है जो वो they could have done the same thing. Why only the Uttar Pradesh government, and that's only one speech I have given, has taken me put in that. And if you read the order, this is a 75-page order, which I would call it a landmark judgment in the history of where like even I didn't expect that the judge, the Honorable Justice Govind Mathur, will come up with the excellent order of this. And if you read the order in the first page itself, it is saying that sir is saying that for the ill happening in the intervening 9th of 10th and 11th August 2016, since then the government sponsored victimization is considered not only for the detainee, that is Dr. Kafil, for the whole family. So he also agreed that since 2017, for the past 3 years, the whole Uttar Pradesh government is victimizing. He also mentioned about the BRD thing. And then he has clearly said that because of the district magistrate, he acted like, he has chosen few words from the whole speech selectively and made it like the whole speech is for hatred and violence and enmity between two groups. And he has said that no responsible authority could do that. He said that the whole speech, actually the intent of whole speech was about integrity and unity of India. मतलब देश तोड़ने की बात नहीं थी, देश को जोड़ने की बात थी. He has clearly said that I talked about population, I talked about poverty, I talked about health, I talked about unemployment. So in the end, he said the whole thing was, and he was surprised, because the CD they provided me in the jail to give me the explanation, they didn't give me anything to see the CD. So there was like, I was thinking the whole my 30, 45 minute speech is there. But what they did, that they cut it and made it 2 minute speech. And I didn't know that. I when I gave my explanation, you have to give by for an essay. I thought like my whole speech is there, but when in the High Court, the High Court justice has saw that CD, and he got surprised. He said, "What is this?" And he said that clearly. It is very surprising that इंस्पेक्टर जो है एक लेटर लिखता है एनएसए के लिए, वो एसपीसीटी के लिए, एसपीसीटी लिखता है एसएसपी के लिए, एसएसपी लिखता है डीआईजी के लिए, डीआईजी लिखता है डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट के लिए. मतलब दीज पीपल हैव रिटन ए लेटर, और सबका एक ही कंटेंट है, सबका एक ही जो है वो मजमून है. So how it is possible the same format all the 4 people have written and signed on the same day? So it was surprising, and it was saying that, oh, the government machinery is doing very efficiently to put someone to slap NSA in a night itself. They made the whole thing. And at the last, finally, he said that the NSA, what they have slapped on me was totally illegal, not standing on the eye of law, and whatever the extension, the 3 extensions. Shweta, for NSA, you have to, they can keep only for 3 months, और उसके हर 3 महीने बाद उनको एक्सप्लेन करना पड़ेगा कि क्यों वो 3-3 महीने बढ़ा रहे हैं. They have to give the fresh evidence. Every time for fresh evidence, they have written only 2 lines. जब मुझे उन्होंने बताया कि आपका एक्सटेंशन हो रहा है 3 महीने, और फिर उसके बाद 3 महीने के इंतजार के बाद फिर 3 महीने एक्सटेंशन हो रहा है, तो हर बार यही लिखते थे कि जब भी डॉक्टर कफील विल कम आउट, देयर विल बी अ लॉ एंड ऑर्डर सिचुएशन. तो जज साहब ने ये भी कहा कि जब पूरा देश बनता, मार्च और अप्रैल में लॉकडाउन था और यूनिवर्सिटी में कोई बच्चे ही नहीं, तो डॉक्टर कफील के बाहर आने से लॉ एंड ऑर्डर सिचुएशन बना. तो he quashed 3 extension also, and finally I came out on 1st September.
We all saw that picture, Dr. Khan. We all saw the picture when you came out, and you're nice and clean right now, all clean shaved, and you won that day. But that was a picture of a victorious man. I remember you showed a victory sign as well when you came out of the jail. All these months, your family has stood behind you. You mentioned that your old ailing mother went from court to court. Your brothers, knocked every door. Your children grew up in last 3 years without seeing you much. What did they feel like when you came back? What was their reaction like?
My mother is really terrified, and she said that bas karo baba, tum bolna band karo, and everybody is scared. Well, आपको पता होगा कि the day this order came around 10:30 in the morning, and it reached around by mail by 11:30 to the superintendent of the jail of Mathura, और उसके बाद डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट, एंड देन होम मिनिस्टर यूपी, होम मिनिस्टर इंडिया, सब जगह ये लेटर पहुंच गया था. इसके बाद भी दे डिडंट रिलीज मी, एंड दे केप्ट मी फॉर 12 आवर्स, और जो डेडलाइन थी 12 बजे रात की, 11:55 11:55 PM they released me. So my family was very apprehensive that they will put up, blame me and put me behind the bar with some other few baseless charges. Maybe they would have tried that. And there are a lot of cops were outside. So it was very scary for them, So जब मैं बाहर आया तो my mother was, उस वक्त तो मेरे साथ थी नहीं, पर ब्रदर्स थे, तो उन्होंने मुझे जबरदस्ती गाड़ी में डाला कि तो आप कुछ बोलना मत. पर मैंने उनको यही समझाया कि अगर हम बोलेंगे नहीं जो कुछ गलत हो रहा है, अगर मैं नहीं बोलूंगा अम्मी जान, तो मुझे लगता है कि मैं अपने आप को माफ नहीं कर पाऊंगा, अपने दिल को मैं समझा नहीं पाऊंगा. तो जो गलत हो रहा है आंखों के सामने ही अगर आंख बंद कर लेना, तो फिर तो आप खुद मुजरिम हो जाओगे. Anyhow, we are still in that mental, emotionally drained phase. So बहुत कुछ नहीं कह सकते, पर ये है कि पूरी फैमिली स्टूड और इट्स नॉट अ विक्ट्री ऑफ माय फैमिली स्टैंडिंग देयर, एक्चुअली इट्स अ विक्ट्री ऑफ दोज ऑल दोज पीपल, 138 करोड़ जो लोग, जो मैं सबने, अब मुझे यकीन नहीं हो रहा था कि इतने लोगों ने मेरे लिए लिखा। जब मैं घर आया हूँ, अब तो पढ़ रहा हूँ धीरे धीरे, अब तो मोबाइल पे हाथ में आया है, तो देख रहा हूँ कितने बच्चों ने आवाज उठाई, कितने लोगों ने फ्रॉम जम्मू कश्मीर टू कन्याकुमारी, कहते हैं एक फ्रेज है पढ़ई में, इस बार तो पूरा ऑल ओवर, मतलब कुछ पॉलिटिकल, डिफरेंट पॉलिटिकल स्पेक्ट्रम से, डिफरेंट पॉलिटिकल फील्ड से, डिफरेंट, इट्स नॉट अबाउट द कास्ट, रिलीजन, रीजन, सबने मतलब राइट, और मीडिया ने भी मेरा साथ इस बार दिया, और डिजिटल मीडिया ने भी साथ दिया, मतलब इस बार सबने आवाज उठाई, तो इससे विक्ट्री फॉर द ट्रुथ। इसीलिए मैंने कहा सत्यमेव जयते, कि ये विक्ट्री सिर्फ मेरी नहीं थी, ये हर उस आदमी की थी जिसको विक्टिमाइज किया जा रहा है सिर्फ इसलिए कि वो सरकार की कुछ नीतियों को पसंद नहीं करता है और उनके खिलाफ मतलब वो बोलता है। दैट इज व्हाट, इवन इफ यू रिमेम्बर कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जब ये 15 दिन का कहा था कि 15 दिन के अंदर खत्म करो इस केस को, जस्टिस बोब्जे, चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ सुप्रीम कोर्ट इंडिया, is clearly written in that order also that whatever Dr. Kafil has said there, it's a freedom of speech and that's given by our constitution. तो अगर फैमिली की बात करेंगे तो फैमिली इज स्टिल इमोशनली ड्रेन्ड, दे वर हैप्पी दैट आई एम आउट, बट वो बहुत स्केर्ड थे। दैट्स व्हाई दैट नाइट हम उन्होंने डिसाइड किया कि मथुरा से गोरखपुर जाना जो है 800 किलोमीटर रास्ता है, रास्ते में कहीं कोई मतलब कुछ गलत काम कर दें, इनकाउंटर कर दें या फिर जो है किसी केस में फंसा दें, तो हम लोग राजस्थान चले आए, जयपुर।
डॉक्टर खान, आपने ये पहले भी कहा, आई थिंक आपके द्वारा जो लेटर लिखा गया, the letter that you wrote from inside the jail, you said you fear for your life. Your family members also said that they fear for your life. When you were inside the jail, did it feel like that, you know, one day they could just, you could just be murdered, or, you know, that you may not come out alive? And what made you feel like that?
See, if you remember, the first time we got fear of our, like this type of threat when my brother was shot within a kilometer where Chief Minister was residing. आपको रिमेम्बर होगा 10 जून 2018 को कुछ ही दिन हुए थे जब मैं जेल से बाहर आया था, और मेरे भाई को 4 गोलियां मारी गई थी, और वहां मारी गई थी जहां चीफ मिनिस्टर 1 किलोमीटर के अंदर दूरी पे थे। आज 2 साल हो गया है, कोई गिरफ्तारी नहीं है, कोई इन्वेस्टिगेशन नहीं है, कोई अरेस्ट नहीं है। एंड देन आई यूज्ड टू गेट थ्रेट ऑन माय फोन, एंड यू नो सो मेनी टाइम आई यूज्ड टू गेट कि आप लखनऊ जा रहे हो, रास्ते में आपकी गाड़ी का एक्सीडेंट हो जाएगा, आपको मार दिया जाएगा। So that time of atmosphere they have created, you know, they say na ki political parties, they have non-political goons which you don't know. So that type of works they did initially. But when this time, you know, and last time I remember after the Bahraich incident, if you remember, in 2019 also they arrested me, 2018 September, saying that I created ruckus in Bahraich District Hospital. That time also the cops took me to isolated place in the night around 10 o'clock, you know, but luckily media came and they were talking about that time, you know, just threatening. But this time when the STF took me, and they took me for 72 hours of horror, I would say, like a horrible ride from Mumbai to Mathura. It was a transit demand, but they took me to different places and, you know, tortured me. So that time, even though I didn't tell my whole the story to my family because they would be scared, but there was something that they could do anything, you know.
I can imagine, Dr. Khan, it must be difficult for you. It's not been a lot of time since you came out. You know, I'd like to bring the conversation back to perhaps now that you're released and now that you're out of jail, and your parents have, as you said, your mother said, "Ab bolna band karo, bahut ho gaya." Do you think at any point of time, you know, you mentioned somewhere that even if I was, I suppose, Kafil Mishra, I would have done the same. Do you think that your religion has got to do with the treatment that was meted out to you?
No, Shita, no, Shita. I think that this is about hiding those and the real truth behind the BRD Oxygen tragedy. I think to save those real culprits, the government implicated me and made me scapegoat. And that's why I always say it's because of if it's Kapil Mishra, Kapil Kumar, it doesn't not matter. The government would have done the same thing. But the only difference is that buying that story is little easy. आपको पता होगा टुकड़े टुकड़े गैंग के दो लोग थे, एक उमर खालिद और एक कन्हैया कुमार, दोनों पाकिस्तान गए और उन्होंने देश को तोड़ने की साजिश की. पर nobody bought that story कि कन्हैया कुमार पाकिस्तान गया होगा, but everybody bought the story that उमर खालिद पाकिस्तान गया होगा. So that when you sell that story, that fake story, that everybody is willing to buy that. I think that what that government tried to do that, and they got succeed with that. But I inside, if you ask me, even anybody would have done it, if it's Kapil Mishra, Kapil Kumar, or any religion, any caste, it would not have mattered. The government would have done the same thing. Yes.
Yes. So you are saying it wouldn't really matter as long as someone's exposing the corruption, they bear the brunt of it.
Yes. See. Actually, the mind has been so corrupted by in the line of religion. It's not about one community. It's about each. I would tell my community also and other community. There are so much venom has been spread. अफीम खिला दी गई है जैसे धर्म के नाम पे. सबका दिमाग काम करना बंद कर दिया है. लोगों की विजन टनल हो. लोगों ने सोचना जो है एक तरह से आप ये सोचिए कि जब मैं उन 70 बच्चों को बचा रहा था, या फिर मैंने जो 100 से ज्यादा कैंप किए, 50,000 बच्चों को देखा, तो मैंने कभी नहीं सोचा कि ये हिंदू का बच्चा है, मुस्लिम का बच्चा है, गरीब का बच्चा है, अमीर का बच्चा है. पर लोगों ने मुझे बहुत से लोगों ने मुझे हीरो बना दिया और कुछ लोगों ने विलन बना दिया. लोग खुद अपने आप, अगर BRD ऑक्सीजन ट्रेजेडी की बात की जाए, कभी भी कोई भी काम मैंने किया तो लोगों ने खुद अपने आप को रिलीजन की लाइन बांट लिया. Without me acting like I am a savior of some community, or maybe I am but I am a doctor. So anybody would have done. Nobody would have liked to see a kid dying in front of their eyes. Anybody who has a chest, who has a thorax, who has a heart, and that heart is beating, nobody would like to see a child dying in front of you. So I think लोगों को चूंकि इंसान के नाम पे इंसान से बांटने की जो पिछले कुछ सालों से एक तरह से चली है मुहिम, और हमारा देश आज इस तरह से पहुंच गया है कि आज हम लोग जब बात करनी चाहिए कोरोना वायरस की, जब बात करनी चाहिए चाइना इंक्लूजन की, जब बात करनी चाहिए अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट की, जब बात करनी चाहिए जीडीपी की, इकोनॉमी की गई है, तो भी बातें क्या होती हैं? अभी भी बातें होती है राम मंदिर की, 3 तलाक की, हलाला की, शमशान कब्रिस्तान की, अली बजरंग बली की. तो जो रियल इशू हैं वो छूट जाते हैं पीछे.
जी.
तो आई थिंक is the whole atmosphere has become so decisive. People have stopped thinking about and they have chosen to ignore something, and they have chosen to like something. That's the division people have created in my. And I'll tell you the scar this regime has given to the minds of youth. It will take decades to heal.
Right. Doctor, I want to take you back to 2017 when it all started and you became an overnight hero suddenly. Your pictures were everywhere out in the newspaper. What happened after that and the last couple of years have been very difficult for you and your family. 3 years you have been in and out of jail. Do you regret that if you were to given a chance, you would go back and not do what you did? Do you regret the limelight?
First thing is that even if I won't regret. I would have done the same thing even if I have to save one life, you know. And आई वुड गो टू दैट नाइट. मुझे आज भी याद है कि मेरी वाइफ ने उस रात भी कहा था कि कहाँ जा रहे हो आप, हरदम बस बच्चों के पीछे रहते हो, अपने बच्चों को भी देखो. एंड आई स्टिल आई वेंट देयर. आई डोंट रिग्रेट. एंड अबाउट द लाइमलाइट, एक्चुअली मुझे याद है आज भी कि वो जब बीआरडी ऑक्सीजन ट्रेजेडी हुआ और आपने उस वक्त की बात भी याद रखी है, तो मैंने कोई मीडिया को कोई बयान नहीं दिया था, मैं कोई इंटरव्यू दिया था. हम लोग तो खुद अलग थे, चूंकि मीडिया हैज सीन मी वर्किंग एंड देखा उन्होंने और करते हुए. और उसके बाद जब मैं बाहर जेल से आया तो इतना लोगों ने प्यार दिया, लोग बुलाने लगे कि भाई केरल आ जाओ, भाई हैदराबाद आ जाओ, यहाँ आ जाओ, आसाम आ जाओ. एंड देन वी स्टार्टेड डूइंग मेडिकल कैंप. सो it was a total different feeling, you know, and that activist has slowly come to the doctor, you know. And I also started speaking about and seeing what is happening around me. Actually, before this all incident of, if you talk about 2017, before the BRD oxygen tragedy, I was just a doctor who spent time with my family. इस हॉस्पिटल गया, वापस आया, अपने बच्चों के साथ गया. मुझे पता ही नहीं था कि कौन है, क्या हो रहा है, कितना जहर फैला हुआ है पूरी उसमें. पर ये तो सही है कि that when I went all over the India and I realized that BRD oxygen tragedy was just a broken face of the brutal face of the broken health system. You know, the whole system, health system is broken all over India. So I started talking about that, and we started one Health for All campaign. For that, I met our health minister also, Dr. Harshvardhan, last year in July, August, and I gave him the Health for All proposal. So I don't regret whatever happened, because I know that I am not wrong, and I can see in the eyes of anyone, and I can tell the truth, what is happened and what is happening, because my heart knows that whatever I have done good faith, and I don't regret, because that's one thing that you sleep. कभी-कभी ना आपको खुद भी अपने आप को आंसर देना पड़ता है, and I can answer myself, so I don't regret.
Yes, Dr. Kafil. In fact, I will ask. There are rumors that you are close to the Congress party, that you will likely join the Congress party. Any truth to those rumors at all?
I would like to clarify through this platform of Logical India that one thing is that I won't bend. मैं झुकूंगा नहीं. ना मैं डरा हूं कि मैं उत्तर प्रदेश छोड़ के भाग गया हूं या राजस्थान आके सेटल हो गया हूं. I am not leaving Uttar Pradesh. I am going back to my hometown, and I have not joined any political party. I am going to launch a Health for All campaign again. I am going to do my work as a doctor. मैं डॉक्टर हूँ, डॉक्टरी मुझे अच्छी लगती है, और we are going to start medical camp in Assam, Bihar, West Bengal, Kerala, wherever the flood affected areas are there. Yes, that's true. कि जब जेल से बाहर निकले, जैसे मैंने बताया कि रात के 11:55 हो गए थे और हम मथुरा से गोरखपुर तक जाना 800 किलोमीटर, घर वाले डर गए थे कि somebody would happen and government will implicate me again in some false cases, or maybe they'll kill me in an encounter. थोड़ा अप्रेशन था उस वक्त. उसी वक्त प्रियंका गांधी मैम का फोन आया और she said to my wife कि it will be safe if you go nearby, because मथुरा से ही सटा बॉर्डर भरतपुर है, that is Rajasthan border, and she helped us, and to gone from Uttar Pradesh to Mathura to Jaipur, और उन्होंने यहाँ पे रहने का इंतजाम किया हम लोगों के. So that was, I think, more of humanitarian ground, because we never talked about politics. Even she spoken to me also, and she said her family has also gone through the same, because that Vadra sir was, there was so many allegations about corruption, and how she had to explain to her daughter and son about what she has gone through. And even when I did a press conference on 3rd of September, she called back again on 4th to my wife and told her that कि, tell your husband to speak less, don't talk about politics, and be aware about, because still anything could have happened. And see, it's not about only the Congress. I think all the political parties across the spectrum, whether it's a Samajwadi Party, Akhilesh Yadav, or whether it's Sharad Pawar from NCP, or whether it's Tejas Yadav, or and Communist Party and BAMSEP, everybody has helped. So I am not going to join any political party, and I am not going to leave Uttar Pradesh. I am not going to bend, and I continue work as a doctor.
All right, Dr. Kafil. He's not going to bend. He's going to continue doing the good work that he's doing. Will perhaps conduct more medical health camps. All the very best, sir. And we hope that you succeed in what you're doing next. That's a big clarification, of course, that you're not joining any political party and you will come back to UP when the time permits. Thank you very much.